So, I don't know what we're going to be doing as a scenario for the first scenario, which, if anybody has any suggestions. But what I do want to say is, from now onwards, just to save with things, the YouTube content of Train Simulator will just be stream highlights. It'll just save me having to dedicate some things for videos and some things for streams, and I'll just make things easier and much more fun as well because I get to interact with the chat as well. I should actually get the restream chat on because in case there's someone on YouTube. So I will only be using stream highlights as actual YouTube content. I know that may seem a bit lazy. I'll still try to edit them as much as possible, but they will just be stream highlights from now on, just to save having to dedicate some things for videos and some things for streams. But that's for the Train Simulator content. Now, if you guys could just let me know if the audio is fine. I think it might be a bit low on the game side of things. So, I don't know if which scenario you guys would like me to do first. If you have any routes that you have interest in, like I do actually have the North Wales coastal route, which I would like to play because it's near to home and things. So I might actually start off with that, and then if anyone has anything else afterwards, then we can do that as well. So I suppose we could do some North Wales first. But yeah, I think we'll. Is there any particular scenario you'd like us to? Oh, thank you. I think we'll start off with this one. Llandudno to Crewe Part 1, I think. I actually looked on Trainline recently. I can get a train to London cheaper, and it'll take less time than it for cheaper, and it would take less time than it would take for me to go to Scotland. Like to London, it would cost about 70 quid with a rail card, but to Scotland, it would cost about 90 quid with a rail card, and it would take a lot longer to go to. It would take a lot longer to go to Scotland as well. And it would require changes, because I can just get a straight through train to London from Holyhead. But yeah, Holyhead to Wrexham is quite expensive, even with a rail card, but you know. It's about 70 quid to London. With a rail card, that is. I don't know if you have a rail card, but I have. Yeah, so anyone else who's in the chat, feel free to chat. I mean, I'm here to interact with people. Yeah. Yours expires in August. Yeah. Mine doesn't expire until 2021. In fact, I'll have a look. Yeah, mine doesn't. Mine expires on the 28th of August 2021. But I got mine with my bank as well, so... yeah. Because I got my rail card with my bank. I'm speeding again. Out of Llandudno. This is gonna be ridiculous. Stop! There you go. But when mine expires in 2021, I am thinking of potentially just getting a new one anyway. Because I won't be 25 until 2023. Oh. So I'll still be able to get a 16 to 25 rail card. But if you buy a 16 to 25 rail card, a 3-year one, just before your 25th birthday, you can get it for the 3 years, even when you've gone beyond 25 years of age. Yeah, we're now in the negatives. Our score has gone negative. And Damien is a sad person talking to himself on YouTube and on Twitch. And InstaSimbot has put a link to the Discord channel. Or to the Discord server. Yeah, if you guys want to join the Discord server, feel free, the link is there. I should probably say this is a link to my Discord server in case you think it's a link to something else. Excuse me. Now I'm gonna keep an eye on my speed. It's an NSFW link, it is indeed. Because my Discord server is not safe for work. Or life. Or anything. It's just there. I think step 1 break should be enough to get us down to 35. But this time I'm not going to Ralph anything, I'm going to keep an eye on things, so... When I get near to a station, I'm not going to be looking at the chat for too long. Otherwise I'm just not going to... Otherwise I'm going to... Gonna fail, again. Yeah, if you're a Captain Jenks sub, feel free to use Captain Jenks' fail emoticon. If I fail. Because I deserve it. I don't think I have my own fail emote though. Because I do have Francophase Z, but I don't have a fail emote, so... Feel free to use any fail emoticons if I fail, so... You know. Fail fish. Captain J, fail. Any other fail emote you can think of? Matt's fail command thingy, possibly. Right. Full service, come on. Stop, 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 stop. There we go. Nicely does it. Now we have to look out the window. There we go. Yes, you can use that emoticon as well. Because I'm just being a sheep. You can use that emoticon as well if I fail, because I'm being a sheep. The doors close far too quickly in this game, though. At least on North Wales coastal locomotives, which is a bit annoying, really. Because usually they sometimes get the doors correct, but in this game, in this route, or the Class 175, the Class 158 on North Wales coastal, and on the Class 221 as well, they close far too quickly. Which is why I have the Armstrong Powerhouse Enhancement Pack for the Class 175, but that doesn't apply to the North Wales Coastal one, for whatever reason. You were in a Sturmount yesterday, I saw the sheep decoration, and instantly I was like, is the sheep shagger? Yay. Also, that bump there you just saw is because of this, which I found. Let me just, that. Because it's going from, like, that to that for some reason. It's weird. It's something to do with the route, but that's what's causing it to jump. Which is a bit awkward. So a train could potentially derail. If it was real, it would derail. Yes. Not as bad as a JT extension when first released. Oh dear. Yeah, if that was real, the train would probably derail 99% chance of derailment. But because this is just a game, it's probably not gonna. I've never had it derail, but it's actually quite funny actually, because you just feel the wobble. It's quite fun. That wobble isn't really too bad anyway. I mean, it's quite fun actually to go over it. Is that JT extension the extension they did to Western Main Lines? They fixed it pretty quickly. Ah, okay. Right, we're actually going to be more or less on time now, which is good. Painting, I think, yeah. I don't actually have the extension to Western Main Lines. I have bought Western Main Lines. I haven't actually downloaded it again since I've had my new PC. It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. Some of these references, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm so sorry. I have failed everybody. Look how realistic Asda is to the left. That's not Asda, that's Llandudno Junction signal box. Which one? Now, obviously they couldn't put Asda in the game because they don't have the license for it, so... You know. Credit where credit is due. They put good assets on the line, just a bit of the line side things are a bit shady. But I can vouch for that because obviously licensing and things. They can't really put like shops into the game. They could have, but at the same time, it's not necessarily necessary. It's not necessary because the game itself is driving trains, not necessarily looking at the scenery. I mean, what you could possibly say the same thing for like here, because there is supposed to be like a Cineworld and a Mackey's and a Pizza Hut here. They haven't actually put a realistic looking thing, but that's not necessarily the problem. Well, the actual detail of the line itself, they've done it quite realistic, I would say. Did you know the whole Cineworld area was one part of the train station? Yes, I do. It used to be part of the train station many, many years ago. Obviously, I wasn't alive back then. But, yeah, I do know about that. Colwyn Bay used to have 4 platforms as well. Until the A55 came. Well, not really until then, but... Colwyn Bay used to have 4 platforms. Which is probably why platform 2 in nowadays is on the up line, when usually platform 2 is on the down line. Because it's the only... Colwyn Bay is the only station on this entire line which has platform 2 on the up line. Facts XD. How's the PC suiting me? It restarted once by itself for some reason. I don't know what that was. But other than that, it's been working really well. I wouldn't be streaming if I didn't have it though. So yeah, it's working really well actually. I've done a few streams actually now, and I'm getting on my way to the affiliate status. I believe this is the 5th stream in like 30 days or something, so 2 more to go and I will have completed that requirement. Yay. Yeah, this was, I don't know if it was to do with an update. It just restarted by itself for some reason. Maybe it was an update. I don't know, but it did come in the logs as a critical power failure or something. Also, on the day I got the PC, there was a power cut. Like, not just the PC itself, but the house, the street, everything just went off. So it was a bit like... Well, I was downloading a game on Steam, and I was like, why are you doing it now? It lasted for about an hour as well, the power cut, so... That has nothing to do with the actual PC itself, but, you know. There's also a slight dent at the top of the case, but it's not really affecting anything else, so it's not really an issue. The power went off in 4 Privet Drive, Little Whinging, Surrey. Well, yeah, the power often goes out there, doesn't it? Right, this time I want to stop at Colwyn Bay. There's people who want to get on. Surprisingly, with everything open, like I got Google Chrome open, a few tabs on that, obviously with Twitch and things. I have the InstaSim bot open, and I have a few other things. I always have the game open. I have Streamlabs OBS open, and even with that, it's coping really well. So I'm really glad I went for the i7 processor, which has probably helped a lot. And it, just so everyone knows, I'm not sponsored by Intel or anything, although I wish I was, but I'm not actually sponsored by them. I just really like their products. Oh, just press the start button. Right, we're going to stop here this time, which is good. Look for the 6-car stop if there is one. There's a 4-car stop, so we're going to go past it. And there's another train. There it is. It's fine. Where's this guy stopping? Right at the end of the platform. Okay. Jack Daniels and Magna sponsor me, please. Yeah, we went to the 6-car stop like the real people. We're actually early. Oh, wow. Ah, okay. I remember once I was going back from Holyhead to Wrexham and Llandudno Junction had that station fire. And we always had to pass Llandudno Junction, but that obviously made us be early arriving at... That was made us early arriving at Colwyn Bay. So we were about 5 minutes late. So we had to stay in Colwyn Bay for about 5 minutes because we were so... Because we were that early, basically. So I was going back to Wrexham. So... You don't need the money, I just need the alcohol. Drunk streams 24/7. You plan to do that again at some point? You're streaming again, not drinking again. Both. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Right, we're going to Abergele and Pensarn. In fact, we should probably make announcements. Good morning, passengers. This is the 6-something... 6:47 Llandudno to Chester service. Is it Chester or is it Crewe? It's either one of the two. But next stop is Abergele and Pensarn. We will be stopping there at roughly 7:15, but knowing we are Arriva Trains Wales, we'll probably be at least 5 minutes late. Keep all hands and knees inside the train at all times whilst we are moving. We will be arriving there shortly. Good morning, passengers. I would make a great train driver. I would make people's days happy. You love those mountains in real life. When you pass through between Bangor and Llanfairfechan, very Welsh named, by the way. I'm bringing out my Welshness in the stream. But between Bangor and Llanfairfechan, if you look to the right, you could only see it from the train. On the mountain, you used to see the trees, and they were in the formation of an aeroplane, which is quite interesting. And the story is there was a plane crash on the mountain many years ago, and as tribute to the crash, people planted trees there in the shape of the aeroplane, or in the shape of an aeroplane, and you could only see it from the train between Bangor and Llanfairfechan, which is really interesting. I call it Alien Mountain. Yeah, that was a story of that. And I remember it was either my mum who told me it or was a friend we met on a train once. I don't remember who, but yeah. Wipers in a tunnel? Moggy would not approve. Moggy isn't here. Shh. Don't tell him. Or her. I don't know. If Moggy... I don't know. I should not be assuming genders. Already off to a great start. Twitch is going to ban me for that now, isn't it? But Moggy isn't here. We can do whatever we want. Also, it's better just to keep them on, so I don't forget to turn them back on again. Yeah, proof of my illness here. I can't say the full name for Dwy Gyfylchi. Dwy Gyfylchi, yeah? I always have to say Dwy Gi, so you're saying 2 dogs. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are now on arrival at Abergele and Pensarn. Anybody wishing to leave the train at Abergele and Pensarn, please make your way to any of the doors. We plan to stop here with all carriages at the platform. So we're stopping now. So please make your way to a door where the guard or I will open the doors for you to get off. And you can enjoy the rest of your rainy day. Thank you for travelling with the River Trains Wales. Whatever you're doing next is up to you, I guess. I always like translating Welsh names to English, it's funny. Pensarn, head is big. I just prefer Abergele and Pensarn as it is. You don't need to translate it. It speaks for itself. It's a very nice place, I think. I've never actually been there. So, I don't know. Just a deliberate rough translation. I probably slowed down far too quickly here. I think we're stopping everywhere, by the way. It's what the locals would call the tramp train, but that's actually between Llandudno Junction and Holyhead, where you stop everywhere on the way back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are 45 seconds late arriving at Abergele and Pensarn. River Trains Wales apologises for any disruption this may have caused you on your day. You will have 45 less seconds now to do whatever you want to do. And we should stop, actually. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, anyone wishing to get off here, please go to the back of the train, because we've ralphed. We apologise for any disruption this may have caused you. Oh dear. Oh well, the platform isn't very big anyway, so... That's an aeroplane, by the way. I know it's probably being heard in the thing, but... Ooh, lights. Oh, we had these. Poor old lady in the very front of the train, she couldn't get off. Well, she can get off at Crewe. Which is probably not a very good place to get off, actually. Llanfair Pwllgwyngyll Gogerich Wyrn Drobwll Llantisi o Gogogoch, St. Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel near a rapid whirlpool, and the Church of St. Cecilio of the Red Cave. I prefer the Welsh version of that name, obviously, but yeah. I could never remember the translated version, just how I can never remember the translated version of the Welsh National Anthem, or actually know the words to the UK National Anthem. But you know, that's just me. Another Welsh National Anthem though. En Wlad Fy Nhadau. Very memorable. Yeah, I don't actually live very far from there. So... That is actually now inaccurate, as it was only made as a tourist attraction, so to me it's just that other lie angle theory. Well, yeah, the big name was just for a tourist attraction, but it stuck to the village. Because, why not? The old lady who was at the very front of the train, who could not get off at Abergele and Pensarn because we're very stupid people. You can get off at Rhyl and take the next train back, but be careful, Rhyl is a very dangerous place. So you may want to get off at Prestatyn instead. But that's up to you. We do not take any responsibility for what happens on Hill Station whilst you are there. Because Hill is a very dangerous place. You mean the name is tourist? The actual long name was made as a tourist attraction, but it stuck with the name of the village. And it is a tourist attraction still, so, you know. Like the original, the name itself used to just be there as a tourist attraction. But yeah. And then it just stuck with the name. Or it stuck with the village. It'd been nice if that station actually made it to Train Simulator, but there we go. You're gonna message me another song on Messenger. All the songs are merrier. If you want to request, I don't have song requests on, but if you'd like me to have songs in a list of songs which I have for the pre-stream, then please do feel free to let me know. Just send them as a whisper or something, and I will add them. But please, can you try and make sure they're not copyrighted? As that can mute audio, but I won't be playing the music during streams because I like to highlight them. But I will play them in the pre-stream. It's not really an issue if it is copyrighted anyway, because usually it's just the pre-stream that gets muted. So it's not really a huge issue. But preferably try and make sure it's not a copyrighted song. Which is probably quite difficult because the best songs are copyrighted anyway, but you know. Right, we're now on arrival at Shrill. Oh. That doesn't affect us anyway, we're not going to the 25 mile an hour. Right, we should probably slow down. Right, we're 15 seconds late now. We're gaining a bit of time. There's nothing to stop you singing songs like Captain does. Or like, please refrain from urination whilst the train is at the station. I'm not just sing that once. I just want a driver to sing that one time on when they're driving, just for a bit of fun. I went to a 6-car stop. You were raised in Shrill for 5 years. I've never lived in Shrill. Please refrain from urination whilst the train is at the station. Have respect for railway property. If you really must pass water, please speak to a railway porter who will assist you to the nearest lavatory. I probably sang that with the wrong tune, but oh well. I hear him sing the national anthem. Oh, to hear him sing the national anthem. I can sing it better with a melody in the background. But yeah. Hashtag it's a better anthem than the UK national anthem. Sorry, what did I say? I'd never say such vile things. Paul Damien, How to Say Llanfair Pwll Gwyn Gylch Gogeirich Windrow Bwll Llantysilio Gogogoch 1980. Isn't that the song that goes like Llanfair Pwll or something? I don't know. The thing is, Sprinter though, I'm probably not as good a singer as Captain Jenks. That's the only issue. But then again, I can sing. I used to be a really good singer. I used to sing really well. It's a shame, really, that I couldn't. I'm not as good now, but I can still sing a little bit. Obviously, I've got a cold, so excuses, but, you know, I can't really sing very well at the moment. Because I've still got this stupid cold. Which isn't helpful. It's a song on how to teach people to say Llanfair PG. Llanfair PG tips. Mixing a great place in Anglesey with a terrible brand of tea. Shameful. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the next stop is Prestatyn. We're apparently going to be a minute late according to our expected time of arrival on Train Simulator HUD. So mind the gap between the train and the platform edge, because it's big. And we may not be able to put all the coaches on the platform either. But we'll try our very best. Yorkshire tea is a lot better than PG tips. And I have proof of that. Because I drink Yorkshire tea. That clip, Damien dared me to do it because he spent bolts on it, so, you know. Or pounds. Not real pounds, Insta pounds, so. I actually drink Yorkshire tea, it's very nice. I used to drink PG tips, but then I got ill from drinking it. So I stopped. And now I drink Yorkshire tea again. It's nice. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to be 2 minutes late, but that's normal for Arriva Trains Wales anyway. So please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when we stop. Obviously don't get off the train whilst I'm moving, because that's a very dangerous thing to do, and we will not be liable for any injuries incurred if you stupidly get off the train whilst we're still moving and the doors are closed. But, yeah. Mind the gap. Thank you. Thank you very much, peoples, for travelling with Arriva Trains Wales. We will very soon be changing to some other company, which is also not British, just like Arriva Trains Wales. You drink Tetley's. Tetley's is expensive though, so... But then again, tea's expensive anyway. Right, full service. And we can fit all of them on here. There we go. So, an interesting fact on Prestatyn station. It's the only station, like, with only 2 platforms, which is a bay platform. Like this. It's the only one. On the line, on this line, obviously. Damien, you're the only person who makes clips of me anyway, so pretty much every clip on my channel is made by you. And we're late. Okay. So, yeah. And also, every train on... Every... Ooh, hold on, let me just wait for it. Oh, okay. Every train that stops at platform 1 at Prestatyn goes to the end of the platform as well. On the other platform, they do have stopping places, like 3-car stop, 4-car stop and things. But on this side of the platform, they don't. They only have the S-car stop. And now this is the longest part of the actual line without any stations between Prestatyn and Flint, which is a quarter of an hour away. So, let's read some donations. Oh, wait a minute, we don't have any. Oh. I'm joking, by the way. No, that's not fair. Not fair, people aren't throwing money at me. I'm joking, by the way. Ooh, 158, indeed. In fact, which 158 is this? 158825. Have I seen this one before? An interesting fact about 158825, I haven't seen it in real life. So, I've seen 823, I've seen 821, and I've seen 824, but not 825. My friend who worked as the bin person on the train told me how to tell what train it is which. I can tell you what train this is by the sound of its engine. Okay, Damien. Anything I forgot. I can tell the difference between a 175 and a 158 based on the doors. Because the 175 has got 3 beeps before the doors open. And the 175's engine is very different to the 158 engine. And then you can also tell the difference between the 158 engine, the 175 engine, and 221 engine. You know. Donate a tip. Try to reduce speed to 25 mile an hour. When entering a station. You will stop in the right place. Usually I try to keep between like 20 and 30 mile an hour when I'm going into stations. It's to do with the numbers 1588182. Yeah, so this is 158825. Oh. And the number of the coach is the last 3 digits of the number of the coach is the same as the last 3 digits of the number of the unit. And that is true. So this is the number of this coach here is 57825. This number of the train is 158825. The unit number of the coach is the same as the unit number of the train. And that tells us we're going to Crewe as well. So we're going to Crewe. But we're taking this as far as Shotton, then there's part 2. Five days till Train Sim World is out for Xbox. It's already out for Xbox, it's just that you don't have all the DLCs. Hi, Sprinter saying hello. How's Captain Jenks? And today is his last stream. Yeah, today's Captain Jenks' last stream for a couple of weeks. Which is a bit of a shame. I think, is he doing trucks tonight? The number in the front will let you know how many coaches too. Will it? Wow. The last few numbers, I think. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. The number will tell you how many coaches it has. Ah, okay, that's interesting to know. The thing is, if it's a 6-car unit, it's basically just three units stuck together. So they could disconnect the 6-car units and make them a 2-car unit and a 4-car unit, or they could disconnect it as three 2-car units or something. So in theory, the 158s they don't really need. They don't have 6 coaches, because the 158s are only in 2 coach units. But the thing is, they can connect trains together with the 158 to increase supply. And also, what I've heard as well is you've got the trains that go to Birmingham, because you have the... I think it's the 1AX ones. I'm not too sure. I'm still not sure about that. But I know, like, with the trains that go to Birmingham, sometimes you'll only have 2 cars from Holyhead. And then at Shrewsbury, they'll couple up to the ones that go from Pwllheli or from Aberystwyth. Because the Cambrian line goes from Aberystwyth, say, from Aberystwyth to Shrewsbury, and then they'll couple up with the Holyhead train down to Birmingham International. You can go direct from Birmingham International to Holyhead, yes. It's 1 train every 2 hours, though. So, 1 train every 2 hours direct from Holyhead to Birmingham International, and 1 train every 2 hours from Holyhead to Cardiff Central. And it's alternating. And I know that because in Wrexham you have the alternating trains. Some trains only go from Llandudno, but there are trains that go from Holyhead to Birmingham International and from Birmingham International back to Holyhead as well. So, but sometimes what you'll have is the Birmingham International train to Holyhead will have 4 cars, but at Shrewsbury it will change to two 2-car units, where 1 set will go to Aberystwyth or Pwllheli, and the other one will go to Holyhead. So, very rarely would you see a train terminating at Llandudno Junction. Usually that's only if there's an issue on the line. Is it possible to make a mod to make the Holyhead one go to where you want? I'm not too sure what you mean by that. And we're now going to be 3 minutes late because I didn't realise there was a speed increase to 90 mile an hour. So, stupid me, we're going 73 and it's 90 mile an hour, so... I'm not too sure what you mean by that. Is it possible to make a mod to make the Holyhead one go to where you want? I'm not too sure what you mean by that. If you could explain. I think he means a route. I have attempted to make the route that extends to Holyhead, but it's not very easy, because the way that they've already done the North Wales Coastal, where it ends at the moment, is a bit confusing. It's a bit awkward, so... Is your route building skills being called potentially? None of the Blaenau Ffestiniog service. No, the Blaenau Ffestiniog service is terminated at Llandudno. Oh wait. Yes, there are services that terminate at Llandudno Junction. From Llandudno to Llandudno Junction, but those are... what do you call it? They're shuttle services. From Llandudno to Llandudno Junction. Am I streaming on Sunday? Potentially. I'm not sure yet, because... It will not be Train Simulator, though, because this is Train Simulator today. If I'm streaming on Sunday, it's going to be Ratchet & Clank Size Matters, because I'm doing a speedrun. What about a Snowdon Railway one? Well, Steve here is... you could stream scenario building our project. Well, that was actually something I was planning to do today, is I might stream the scenario I've been making. Speeding. Yeah, so Steve is doing... Where Steve is... I think it's Steve that's building the Llanberis Railway on Train Simulator, which are really good. So, look out for that. In fact, Steve, if you want to, you can put the Discord link to the Narrow Gauge Studios Discord, or you can whisper it to Damien if you want, and he can go onto there if he wants to. So we can look at progress. Yeah, cool. Now, for crying out loud, this is what I don't like about this route. It's always up and down. 75 then goes down. It starts at 75, then goes back up to 90, then down again to 75 all the time. These speed reductions and increases are ridiculous. Oh, hang on. No links allowed. And you're timed out for link. Oh, God. Hold on a minute. Oh, wait, you're not timed out. No, you're not timed out. Okay. Interesting bot timed out TNGS for 1 second. All hail Moobo. Yeah, so you just got purged. Don't worry about it. It's just a purge. I will allow you to post links in a second. Just give me like... Just let me stop and I will permit you. Moobot and InstaSimBot both did it because I've got both bots on, which is a bit annoying. So... I do need to kill off Moobot though at some point because I've got the InstaSimBot doing the moderating now as well. And I'm probably going too fast. So this is Flint. Or I believe I have a friend who lives here, I don't know. In fact, I probably have a friend who lives everywhere. I have friends who live everywhere. Every nook and cranny of Wales. I believe this is just the S-car stop. Spliff? No, I did not say spliff. Yeah, this is an S-car stop, okay. I'll just stop here anyway, I think that's on the platform. Yeah, whisper the link to Damien, it'll be easier. Saves me having to... Oh, the first coach hasn't actually opened. Oh well. Cool. Now, we are late, but that's just a River Trains Wales for you. Can I try to go fast? I'll go 90 mile an hour this time. I'll do part 1 and part 2 of this scenario because this goes as far as Shotton, and then it goes from Shotton then to Crewe. I'll do both parts. We'll see where we're at then, and we might do something else afterwards. Rebel weekend, go iawn, absolutely. Yn union. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the next stop is Shotton, where we will be stopping this particular scenario, and then we're going on to part 2, where we will be going from Shotton to Crewe. Keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times, and please mind the gap if you do get off the train. Thank you. Again, I actually went to Shotton quite recently, because I've got a work placement there. So I've actually been on the train a lot. Again, going to Shotton is quite expensive as well. But, yeah. Trains are expensive, but they're convenient. So I'm not going to complain all that much, to be honest. Keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times, meaning they can't get off. Yep, indeed. We're going to keep them on, because that's what we do. I'm not saying that's actually a River Trains Wales. I don't work for them. I don't know what their business model is. And I'm not actually trying to hate on a River Trains Wales, because I don't actually mind them that much. I actually quite like them. But I do know they're changing the contracts in October from a River Trains Wales to a different company. So we're going to have different... Well, we're not going to have different trains, but we are... We are going to have different... No, we're not having cross-country, and cross-country isn't actually owned by Arriva Trains, but it's owned by Arriva, which is a child company of Deutschbahn in Germany. So Arriva Trains Wales is owned by Arriva, which owns cross-country. I think I do a London Overground services as well. Don't remember which other companies they own. They also own Northern Rail as well. Arriva own Northern Rail. So the disruption they've had on Northern Rail is probably understandable, given that it's Arriva, to be honest. But Arriva themselves are owned by Deutschbahn, or DB, which is a German company. But the next contract, which is starting in October, is owned by Keolis Amy, which is a Spanish-French joint company or something. So yeah, we're moving from Germany to Spain and France, which is quite ridiculous because we should have British, to be honest. We're running on British Railways. Well, not actually British Railways, but on the British Rail network, and we don't even have British companies. If trains were cheaper, then the people would use trains more. Yes and no. I wish trains were cheaper, but then I also have a rail card. What I think they should have is like a normal rail card for people between the ages of 30 and 60. One that anyone can get, because it's quite ridiculous that you can't get one for just normal rail travel. Right, this station is far too small for us to fit all 6 coaches on there. So, some coaches will not fit in the platform. I mean, I would use a train a lot more often if it was cheaper. And I know other people would as well, so... Yeah, we're not going to fit all the coaches on here anyway, so I'm not going to count this as a Ralph. But then again, in theory, you should have the front of the train and the platform. The only problem with the trains, the price of the tickets of the trains though, is that you have private franchises, but the franchises are run by one private company. So in theory, by privatizing the railways, they've created monopolies, which is ridiculous. Let's move on to part 2. We will do just that now, actually. So, I scored 101 XP. Jellybean got 984. So Jellybean wins. I didn't even get a medal for that. Oh well.